Okay, so the draft for the team tournament just finished and all the teams are finalized. I'll quickly go over the actual rules of the tournament before I get into ranking all the teams and my predictions for everything. So it is a long form tournament that takes place over 5 weeks and a 3-week long playoff. Each team consists of 7 people, 1 team captain, and every week 5 of the 7 people play in a 1v1. And the winner of 3 of the 5 1v1s would win that week. And each team is seeded. Each player must play at least 3 times, and each player must be benched at least 1 time so that everyone gets some playing time. So as far as the actual format of the 1v1s, you can play with any of the 4 static packs. You got Turtle Pack, Puppy Pack, Star Pack, and Golden Pack. But if you and your opponent both want to play something else, you can also agree to do that. And you can also agree on how long the set is going to be. Default is best of 5, but you can do best of 7, best of 9s, whatever you want to do. The tournament uses using the old life system, so 15 hearts, normal life loss per tier, 105 seconds scaling timer. And then there's also some things for the playoffs, but don't need to get into that. As for the actual teams, so first team is FBL's team, who consists of FBL, Echo, Kelby, Philip with Style, K-Tom, Gus, and Will. Unfortunately, I have them as the last seeded team, 10th out of 10th. I just think that after Echo, unfortunately, their 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 seeds are not going to be as strong as a lot of the other teams. And they do have a decent amount of streamers, which is nice for activity. But there's always going to be the question marks with some of the newer players like Gus and Will. See how much they improve throughout the season. And yeah, just overall, not the strongest team, unfortunately. Next, we have Geo's team, which consists of Geo, Kyogre, Violet, Mumph, Cotty, Jmool, and Dune. I have them currently seeded as the 8th best team. I should note that a lot of these predictions will probably be very far off, since like all of my predictions for the previous tournaments have not gone well whatsoever, and it's very hard to predict. I will say that a lot of these teams are, even though it's divided into 4 different tiers, they are still very close, and a lot of times the weeks just come down to like one game, one small decision might decide the whole week. But yeah, so Kyogre, really good player, but I think after that, their 2, 3, 4 seeds are not bad, but the other teams, again, are probably going to have some better teams, better players in those positions. So then on to our team. Violet Citizen is our captain. We have me, Violet Citizen, Light, Grouchy, Zerval, PacJ, and Raven. So it's a pretty interesting team. Lightmare is unfortunately going to be playing majority pack 4, 40% pack 4, and then 20% chance for all the other packs, and just kind of like, I don't know, spinning a wheel to determine that. Otherwise, our team would be really insane. I do think Grouchy is a great 4 seed for us. And Zerval has a lot of potential, really good lobby player, and sometimes you can just like coach the good lobby players to get good at 1v1s pretty quickly, so pretty high hopes there. And wow, the font just changed right in front of our eyes. But overall, I would say we have a pretty decent team. I don't think our team is the strongest. I have us as the number 5 seed, so pretty right smack dab in the middle. Not really too sure how it's going to go, but hopefully it will go well. Up next, we have Fritz's team. So Fritz, Knob, Pumpkin, Tay-Theory, Flip, New Skills, and Lula Kita. I currently have them as the number 4 seed. I think it's a pretty strong team. They don't have an amazing number 1 seed, I would say. But after that, they have a lot of pretty decent players. Knob, Pumpkin, both really good. Tay-Theory, I think, has been improving rapidly and has only been playing for a couple months, but seems very promising. And then I also think Noob Skills as a potential 6 seed is very good. I mean, I've watched him play and he seems very good. So I think that was a great pick for them. Then we have Equi's team, which I have seeded 9th out of 10th. They have Equi, Tangle, Casil, Main, Blanket, Quentin, and Rex. So Tangle's a great player, Equi's a great player, so I think their top 2 seeds are solid, but I'm not sure about the rest of their team. You know, maybe they'll do well, maybe they won't, but right now, I just don't see it as a potential, like, super top tier team. And moving on to the Seal Conference, we have Damon's team, which I have as the 2nd best team. Very good team. Damon, Moose, Aaron, Absolution, Manny, Lowe, and Fernan. So I think while they don't have the most amazing number 1 seed, I think the rest of their 1 through 4 seeds or their 2, 3, 4 seeds are all really good. If you have Aaron as a 2 seed or Damon as a 2 seed, it's really strong. And I think Absolution has been doing really well recently as well. So pretty good 4 seed for them. And then the rest of their team is also just pretty solid overall. So I would say that is a very good team. Then we have Hop's team, who have seeded number 1. They have Hop, Rekwar, Mav, Cruiser, Burt Boy Man, Pooh Balls, and King Bob. Just a really strong team overall. Rekwar is definitely a top player. Hop has been is a really good player. And then Mav can sometimes, if he's active, be really good as well. I think Cruiser was a steal in the 4th slot because Cruiser's also very good. And then Burt Boy Man also recently did really well in a tournament, upsetting both Damon and I forget who else. I think someone else, but yeah, just anytime you can upset a good player shows some great potential. So I think Hop's team is looking very good, but then again, my predictions usually way off. We'll see what happens. All right, team number 8, Onet, Tyler, Cav, Bleb, Lucid, Edub, and Ernie. So I have Onet's team as a solid B tier, 6th seed, and yeah, not too bad. So Onet's great, Tyler's great. Cav has played the game in the past quite a bit, but I haven't seen him been playing too much, so not sure how active, but he was very good before, so a lot of potential there. Bleb's a pretty solid player, and then I think the rest of their team is alright as well. Alright, moving on to team number 9, Markoto's team. Markoto, Tibby, Beast, Titus, Juice, Brotozak, and Malabio. So Markoto, definitely a top player. Tibby, also a really top player. So their top 2 seeds are looking very strong, perhaps even the strongest out of all of them. And I think Beast is a very solid number 3 seed. Their 4, 5, 6, and 7 seeds are not bad, but maybe there are going to be some other teams that have slightly better, but still, their top 3 seeds are looking very good. So I put them as the number 3 seeded team in the whole thing. And then finally, we have Bagel's team, which consists of Bagel, Chicago, Waifu, X-Rai, Waster, Poke, and Nerd. I have them as the 7th seed. So still a solid team, but after Bagels and Chicago, I would say a lot of question marks around Wafu, Waster, Poke, and Nerd. See how much coaching, how much improvement they can make. But a solid top 2, and then kind of some unknowns as the rest of the team, but some great potential. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that is my rankings for all of the teams. Again, even though there's like 4 different tiers, it definitely can go either way in a lot of these, and sometimes the difference is just so small, and my predictions can often be very wrong, but still, it's fun to just predict, kind of see what teams you think are going to do well, and I would say it's looking fairly even. Nothing like too insane on one team, so everyone probably has a pretty good shot to win it all. I will go over the actual results and like upsets and everything once the tournament actually gets started, and I'll keep you updated on how my team's doing, or our team's doing, of course. But thanks for watching, and see ya.